Testing, testing. Testing. How does this sound? Let me know.
Hello?
Oh, what's going on?
Hello?
Yeah, what's going on?
Person, unmute. Hello?
My bad.
You're Chigavon. I was just buying Yankee tickets.
Oh, not for when?
May 21st. I'm going to go with Lucas Cohen.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, because we bought, he was asking me, said he really wanted to go to game. I felt bad for him. So we got some cheap seats. I had like $500 StubHub gift card. So, and he's going to pay me for his ticket. So I basically only spent $60. They're not, great seats, but it'll be a fun outing. A couple days after my birthday, we'll go to the game. Be a chicky fun trip.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't mean to be an ass because you're my guy. Obviously, I'd ask you first, but yeah, I'm gonna go to a ton of games this year with you, so I'm not trying to be an ass. Am I kind of being an ass?
No, I think it's just like what you cheeky say sometimes. It's no big deal, but I'll remember that.
Yeah.
I will.
I mean, I definitely owe you one. But hey, we might go to, Pittsburgh together. So.
Sure, Lucas Cohen doesn't want to go. I'm just kidding.
I know you're a trash. You're my number one guy. You're the
so
only guy.
I played JV today.
Get any hits?
Yeah, I gotta walk.
Were you using my bat?
Yeah.
I think my bat may be unlucky. You got to give it some magic. Something.
I don't know. I'm going with a new batting stance each day, so one will work eventually.
Well, that's not good.
What do you mean?
Why are you trying new batting stances?
I always do that. I find a new batting stance until one works. That's what I do.
You're sure that's a good thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm listen, you're way better than me, but I don't know. I don't think that's.
What do you mean?
Well, yeah, I don't. Aren't you not supposed to change your stance like that? I mean, each day or?
I mean, once I get one I'm comfortable with. I went with Baj yesterday. I went with Jose Ramirez today. And I don't know, I gotta figure something out for Thursday. Starting Thursday.
Hold on. Mom, I gave you your phone. Come on. I don't know. I mean, listen, I don't know. But, I mean, I've had the same band since, my whole life. Not my whole life, but, ever since, like, Little League, guys.
Ever since you were a boy.
Same state.
Yeah.
Johnny, a little kid came up to me the other day.
Yeah, was he black?
Also, the PWA, the thing TJ named it, or whatever, Professional Wiffle League or whatever?
Yeah.
PWL. He copied that from some other wiffle ball league, right?
Well, first off, I named it, and also no. There's something called MLW, which is Major League Wiffle Ball.
Yeah, no.
I came up with the name Professional, the PWA, which is Professional Wiffle Ball Association.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what, not the PWA. There's already a league like that. I looked it up on Instagram, and there's an account with like 700 followers. They got like the Wiffle Ball Emperors. Like, they got a ton of teams. So we got to think of a new name.
I didn't really even know that thing was still going, to be completely honest with you.
Oh, the Wiffle Ball League?
I thought it was just like a one-day thing.
I thought it was too, but I don't know. Alex came up to me today. He was like, PWA, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, sure. You really? It's just, I don't know. I'm not into those leagues because no one does anything. Like, it's just like, Yeah. I gave Logan a shout out on the Yanks got their ass kicked by Toronto. I mean, it wasn't fair. I mean, we put out a shit lineup. The only thing, I didn't expect to score any runs. We only had 2 starters playing. We had fucking Rizzo and Torres, all right? The other guys were bums. And, we got Miggy batting third. And Toronto started literally their A team, just as about close to their 18 lineup season yet. So, listen, I didn't care that we won. I wouldn't care, but Montgomery kind of looked a little rusty. It's spring training, though. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Torres hit, though. Torres is, I think he's 4 for 6 in this early start to spring training. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here because, last year in spring training, he hit pretty well, too. I think he had like 4 home runs last year in spring training. And everyone's like, all right, his power should be back, could be back here. And couple of Yanks rumors, not really. I'm sure you got the whole John Heyman thing that he said the Yanks are. Mom, what? Yeah, but I'm sure you know this already. The judge said him and his agent discussed, and they said they basically gave the Yankees a deadline to get a deal done. They said till April 7th, which is opening day. And then he said if there's no deal done by April 7th, they'll worry about it in the off season. But the Yanks don't want to even let them get close to free agency. So I expect the deal to get done. But apparently, the Yanks, Hal Steinbrenner, they're just in the next couple of days. Second thing, actually 2 things. Gleyber Torres, to avoid arbitration, he signed a $6.7 million deal with the Yankees. Same thing with Kiner Falefa. He signed a $4.74 million deal with the Yankees for his salary. And I didn't hear anything else. I was trying to find if there was any Montez or Manaea thing. I don't know if that's going to happen because, I mean, if you're going to do a trade, it's going to happen within this week, I'd imagine. I don't think they'd trade for a guy a week before opening day. That just doesn't make a ton of sense to me already.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe something gets done with Manaea or Montez. Maybe it's still in the cards. Also, nothing major, but the Yanks and the Padres checked in with the Cubs for Wilson Contreras, and it is something to note because the Cubs actually reached out to the Yankees a couple weeks ago, and they're really interested in bringing back Gleyber Torres. So, and Gleyber Torres is not necessarily Gleyber Torres is not necessarily a trade piece, I would say, but I definitely say an asset you could afford to lose. I mean, you know what I mean.
I do.
Yeah, and so yeah, I just thought that's something to note. And then also the Brett Gardner thing. I swear to God.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that.
Don't offer you a contract. Just say, all right, that's a nice career, and hang up the 11 jersey. That's all you got to do. You know, and it's not to say like, oh, let's say like Aaron Hicks, he breaks his arm, right? Like he'll get injured. A couple injuries in the outfield. In the middle of August. That doesn't mean we go. That means we tell Gardner, hey, stay in shape, stay hitting in the cage all year. Get your work in at home, in your batting cage, whatever. Stay in shape, and an injury or two happens. Gardner, we could get you that call, and you could be back in the Bronx. Obviously, you need to play a few minor league games for here and there, but you could possibly return later on in the season. That's what I would tell Gardner right now if I weren't to offer him a contract.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he'll go to the. I don't really think he'll go to another team other than the Yankees.
Well,
Even though he
said
said
he,
like,
his
I know he
agent
said like he would go to another team. Like he's not set on the Yankees, but I just think he is. I think that's a lie. Like I don't get like, and a guy like that, like Gardner's not like he's known for being a Yankee. He's not a great player. He's just kind of known as like a Yankee. It wouldn't make sense for him to just go and just have. He wouldn't have a good season. It wouldn't make sense for him to go and just have like a below average season for another random team and then call it. I don't get it.
How many All-Star games does Brett Gardner have?
Well, I know he had one where he got like the late call up. In like 2015. I mean, I don't really think he's had one before that. So I'm gonna go one.
Yep, you're right. One-time All-Star Brett. In Cincinnati, I remember that also. I want to go to an All-Star game eventually. I'm going to because they're supposed to have one. Well, originally what happened was the next All-Star game, they had it all planned out, right? And in 2023, so next season, it was going to be in Yankee Stadium, the new Yankee Stadium, because they haven't had an All-Star game in the new Yankee Stadium. I know we've argued about this, but I'm right. I'm 100% right. They haven't had one in the new Yankee Stadium, so that was their plan in 2023. But then we had the COVID year, and then we had the Braves and the Rocky thing, that debacle last year. So everything got kind of flipped off in the air. Like this season, it's obviously the Dodgers. Next season could be the Braves. A lot of things got screwed up because of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's like I don't think it next year. I think they probably want to get Atlanta because I don't think they want to jip Atlanta like that. But we'll see. But they're gonna have one in the next, I'd say, at least 4 years at Yankee Stadium.
Why do you say
Also,
that?
2020. What? What?
Why do you say the next 4 years?
What?
Why do you say the next 4 years?
Why? Because they originally had it scheduled for 2023, but then everything got screwed up because of the COVID shortened year, and then the Braves couldn't host it last year, so it had to go to the Rockies. So I don't think they're gonna wait like a long time.
The Rangers have a new stadium, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that'll be soon too.
Yeah, but I know, but if they haven't had one in the new Yankee state, like, you know how much fucking money that pour in? Well, I don't. What I'm saying is, I don't think they're just gonna push it off. You know what I mean? Because it was originally scheduled for 2023. I don't think they're gonna wait like 10. You know what I mean?
I mean,
It
yeah.
just doesn't.
Where are you going with this, though?
Oh, well, what I was trying to say is, if the next one at Yankee Stadium, I think I'm gonna try to go to it. Not the home run. I thought about the home run derby maybe, but I don't know if I'd really spend, because that's a lot of money a ticket to watch a home run derby. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think a home run derby, I'd probably rather go to one than an all-star game.
I disagree.
I mean, it's far more entertaining. You're seeing balls.
Well, Judge, you know what Judge said? He said he'll only participate in a home run derby if it's in Yankee Stadium. Imagine that. We get like Volpe, a little cheeky Volpster in there with Stanton and Bosch.
Yeah, I love that photo
and Rizzo. Got to get Rizzo in there. Maybe a Brett.
I don't like Rizzo.
I think one year they should just do a retard derby. Just get like fucking some pitchers, get like 50-year-old Ichiro in there. So they said Ichiro, you've probably heard this a ton, but they said that, obviously Ichiro, he was a slap hitter. That's how he always hit. But they said, like, if he wanted to be a home run hitter, he could. Because they said he used to absolutely demolish balls in batting practice. Like, he was like a total. I remember they used to talk about it on MLB Network all the time. They wanted to see him do one. Because he just destroys baseball. Because in batting practice, he doesn't hit like a slap hitter. He's not poking, because there's no point. He doesn't poke balls to, left field. He'll just straight on hit, and he crushes balls. So, and that's like, if you watch Ichiro, when he finds, Ichiro said this before too, he's a slap hitter, but when he finds, he'll only go all in on like what he calls it, like his perfect pitch. When he locates a pitch that he really, really likes, he'll load all the way in and go for the home run. That's always how he's hit. He's been like very like selective and picky at how he's gonna do his at bat. But it's very interesting, Ichiro. He's definitely and he still actually participates in Mariners spring training. I'm not even joking. Ever since he retired in technically, like, what he retired in 2017, he technically did, but then he came back and what?
Well, yeah, he played like that one Japan series or whatever.
Yeah, one game. Yeah, it was kind of gay, but but he still participates in Mariners like spring training drills. Like, he literally goes and I think he was their bullpen catcher last year for Seattle. He's like he was. He's like a baseball. I don't know if it was like the whole season. I don't think it was, but I think he was for like a few games or something. But he's a baseball crazy guy. He still goes to Mariners spring training, puts on his Ichiro jersey, his baseball pants, and he participates in the drills like he's a player. Like he goes through all the drills. He's a freak.
Yeah, that's funny.
I saw it. They had the ballpark cam on MLB Network a few days ago, and I forgot what the guy is. The host, he's an analyst. He's He's never played in the MLB. But he's saying, "Oh, look, there's Ichiro again."
That's funny.
Yeah. Ichiro is definitely he's a fun guy.
Yeah.
He was good on the Yanks too. Great defender, decent hitter. Got his Pete Rose's record between Japan and the MLB when he was a Yankee. So it was cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if he would have broke Pete Rose if he played his whole career in the MLB. My gut says probably yes.
I would.
But my gut says probably yes. But
Why? How many like hits over did he finish?
Oh, he had like 5,000 something, I think.
And Pete Rose was like 4,000 what?
I think he's like 4,300. I'm not totally positive there.
Yeah, I bet Ichiro would have done it, and also he would have just played longer. I bet.
I
don't know.
Yeah, my dad made a bet when Ichiro was this. It was back in like 2006, 2007 when Ichiro was it was like his sixth year in the league or whatever. And he made a bet with my cousin. It was a $5 bet. Actually, no, it was a $1 bet. So, Ichiro was a great player. So, and he still had a hefty career left to play. But my dad didn't. It was kind of a bet. He didn't think Ichiro was going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. So he made a bet with my cousin, $1. If Ichiro's a first ballot Hall of Famer, my dad win $1 if he's not, and my cousin. Now he hasn't gotten inducted yet because he's not eligible for another 2-3 years or something. But cousin's gonna win $1. So.
Nice.
I was always an Ichiro guy. I loved his jersey thing, like the jersey. I don't know. I loved Ichiro. He's a good guy. All right, what are we doing here?
What are we doing on the Zoom?
I assume we're mic. Yeah, we're mic testing. What are we doing?
No, I just need you to just clap.
Do you want me to plug my mic in?
No, you don't have to.
All right. Tell me when.
Just clap now, just once. All right. I'll figure it out in like a minute.
Yeah, because I didn't want to be an asshole, but my voice did kind of sound like Asian last Zoom. I mean, last episode. Especially the intro, because that totally got fucked up. I was like, welcome back, everyone, to Bronx Talks.
Wait, what do you mean?
The intro got, delayed. It was, weird.
Like it was laggy?
Kind of, but not really. It wasn't, laggy. It was just delayed. If that makes sense.
Can you clap again? Loud. Alright, let's hope that was a good clap.
Oh, I got removed from my group chat today.
Oh, so did I. Well, your group chat.
Oh. Well, actually, I got added back.
Why? What was the follow-up?
There wasn't a follow-up.
I joined the chat. It was was Daniel Jesse in it?
Yeah.
It's like Jake Pinbell, a bunch of random guys.
Yeah, they're all babies. Also,
Wait,
Mike is
Kobe Haas was in this chat?
Yeah.
When did Kobe get added?
I think Owen added him, or I added him. Also, I don't know why, but Owen has photos of Ruby. He was sending them all in the chat. And I was like, how do you know Ruby?
Uh-huh.
Also, Mike really pissed me off.
Why?
Because I literally, well, nothing about me, but literally, I open up the group chat and he says, "Nick, want to play Dillos?" And I wanted to throw my phone. I just don't get. I don't what. Why does everyone in the chat like this kid? It's so weird.
Yeah.
Like just because he smokes, like.
Yeah, he's gonna die.
Kyle hit the chief once.
What?
Kyle hit the vape once. There's a video.
Really?
Yeah.
Kyle always looks high.
Yeah. I've never done alcohol. Never smoked.
Yeah,
I mean,
neither.
not real. I had a cigar once, but I don't really count that. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I've never smoked or anything.
Yeah, because we're good kids. We really are at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do drugs. Although, Yanks win 28 this year. I'm buying champagne, and I know I'm drinking that. I don't give a fuck.
What?
If the Yanks win number 28 this year, I'm buying a bottle of champagne, and I'm drinking that shit. I know for a fact I'm doing that. I think my dad would probably let me too.
You think?
Well, not like drink any of it, but he'd probably let me have like a few gulps. My dad bought a bottle of champagne once during the 2001 World Series, going into the bottom of the ninth, because he said, "Oh, Mo's coming in." So we were trying to win our fourth in a row here, and my dad was at a bar and he's like, "Oh, Mo's coming in. We better win 4 in a row." So he bought a bottle of champagne and he was drinking it in sadness because Luis Gonzalez hit a walk-off blooper. But my dad was like, they had just three-peated, so. And then they went back in 2003, lost to Miami, then blew a 3-0 lead in 2004. It was still that's the only tarnish the Yanks have in their historic franchise, because they're the only team in sports history to blow a 3-0 lead as the NHL.
I'm sorry, I'm not even listening right now. I'm trying to get the audio straight. I'm not really listening right now. I'm trying to get the audio straight.
Got it. Also, TJ was being so annoying with the whole Yanks cheating thing.
Really?
Yeah, I was getting bullied about it at lunch. He's like, they should take away all 27 rings. Cheating, cheaters.
Yeah, that's a little smelly.
Yeah, it's like TJ. You're a loser, bro. You like Nick Carmen.
Yeah, I hate that people like Nick Carmen, but like, I'm not really involved in it, so I can kind of just laugh from afar.
Well, the thing that annoys me, it's not like he's like a love guy, and like you and me are just like haters. You know what I mean? But like, literally, no one outside of our group likes.
Yeah, that's why it's weird that you guys.
What?
That's why it's so weird.
Yeah, I know.
I just don't like it. What do you see in this kid?
Yeah, I don't know. Say something to TJ. I don't know.
What am I gonna say to TJ?
I don't know.
Why do you like Nick Carmen?
Yeah, I don't know. How's Rubik?
Okay.
Same old in the bad household.
Pretty much. Yeah. Nothing really too special, too exciting.
Yeah, I'm planning to see Ruby in the next month.
What?
I'm planning to see Ruby within the next month.
Really? Don't you have a restraining order?
No, she dropped it.
Really? Good for her. Good
Yeah.
for her.
She said the restraining order was only because I was drinking.
Oh.
And
you're done?
Yeah, went to rehab, all that
there you go.
stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I just got a job today.
Good job. Really?
Yeah.
That's good. Turning the life around?
Yep, I bought my first Five Guys. Bought the restaurant.
Really?
Yeah, I'm the manager of the restaurant at Five Guys.
Wow. Ruby's actually allergic to peanuts, so I don't know if she could go in there.
That's why, instead of peanuts, I'm using dog treats.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Ruby actually doesn't eat dog treats either. She runs on a strictly meat diet, and anything else her bones are sensitive
we have burgers. We have burgers as well.
We're probably gonna keep her inside for now, but maybe in like a few months, feel free to stop by.
Why? Because of COVID?
Yes. She's just being self-conscious right now.
Yeah. That COVID-19's it's a nasty virus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Brian, did you see Brian Cashman's comment he put out? I think it was yesterday.
No.
Like, this is the team this year. This is the highest we've ever had our payroll.
What? That's a little.
Yeah,
that's a weird thing to say.
Well, yeah, he's basically saying like, stop complaining. Like, our payroll's extreme.
Yeah, and he's also he's also basically he's also judging the team based on the payroll.
What?
That's a little weird. Like, it's basically the same team as last year, but you're just because you're paying some guys more, you're gonna say we're better.
This is what Cashman doesn't get, because Yankees fans forever felt like they're the top dog, and now what's happening when they're seeing their crosstown rival get everyone in free agency, and they're seeing out west in LA, the Dodgers get whoever they want when they want them, especially older Yankee fans who remember when the Yankees used to do all that. Like, they used to be like the Dodgers back then. It's kind of, like that's the problem. It's not about the payroll. You got to go over. That's what fans want you to do. Other teams, like if you're a Reds fan, that you actually want them to have a low payroll. But you see Ken Griffey Jr. is the sixth highest paid player in the Reds this year. He's making $3.6 million.
Who?
Ken Griffey Jr., sixth highest paid player in the Reds this year. 3.6 now. It's kind of like the Bobby Bonilla effect. Do the Yanks pay off A-Rod's contract yet, or are they still paying? I think they got paid it off already.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was a shit contract. We got one good season out of that contract. One good season. Well, actually, no. 2012, he actually hit pretty well, but A-Rod was the fastest man to 600 home runs. If you know that. He was the youngest player and fastest player to hit 600 home runs. Hey, if he stayed healthy and he didn't get caught for the steroids and, that thing didn't blow up in his face. And, that's the thing with the steroids. They break it down. That's why I wouldn't be surprised, if a guy like, Stanton if he was on those steroids, because that's what they make you very, very injury prone with steroids. I'm not saying I wouldn't be surprised. What else? Yeah, they break you down. But if he could stay healthy, A-Rod would have for sure broke Barry Bonds' record. For sure. If he didn't get 162 game suspension in 2014, he was suspended half the year in 2013. He had a really good year in 2015, but he did get hurt. And then 2016, he was awful. And he was forced to retire. But yeah, no, if he could stay healthy and he was still on the roids, 100% he would have broke Barry Bonds' record. 100%. He probably would have finished like 800 home runs, something around that. And he'd be considered, one of the greatest of all time. Not saying the greatest, because obviously, the steroids thing would, that would obviously, prevent him from being called the great. But he would for sure have broke Barry Bonds' record. For sure. He would be a player A-Rod was. He was a heck of a ball player. Also, you see Aaron Hicks' comment he made on the R2C2 podcast?
I loved that. It's funny because that's also literally what Herbs was telling us the other day. Like, I think he might have said that. I think he might have used those exact words.
Bring some fuck yous.
Or I think he said have a fuck you attitude, Herbs.
That's kind of my thing.
Your thing?
Yeah, I just took that as my thing. Anyway, but I was really liking that because when we win the World Series, and TJ was bashing me every day about the Yankees, every day. You just give him a fuck you. Also, picture this: playing the Mets in the World Series. Game 7, Stanton walks off grand slam, right? Walk off grand slam, all right? Jogging the pads. He saves all his celebration, all his moxie until he wins the World Series. As he's jogging second, he pulls up the Lindor and he sticks him the middle finger. And then he does the whistle thing that Lindor did. Imagine that. Oh my God. That's kind of stuff that gets me to go to sleep that night. Just picturing that. Imagine that jogging pad just sticks him. How? Oh my God! How much of an epic comeback that be, Carl?
I like it.
Yeah. Oh my God! Just waiting for my Donaldson jersey to come in. The bringer of rain. Also, I was trying to redesign a Yankee jersey this year, a Yankees alternate. I was trying to do it all day, but I couldn't get a good template. I think if they do a City Connect jersey, I think they will. Although I don't really want them to do it, Christian. It's gonna happen because the Yankees are so marketable, right?
I don't get why you're so against that. I think it'd just be cool.
Because the Yankees are so historic. They've never had an alternate jersey. They wore the pinstripes at home.
It would be cool.
But you're just look at all that's 100-something years of history. Since 1903.
Yeah, but it's not like you've never worn a different uniform.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but that's different. That's for one game or something like that. That's that doesn't really count. When you're adding something and wearing it that often. The biggest uniform change the Yankees have made in their whole history was changing the road grays from saying Yankees to New York. That's their biggest uniform change in their whole history. Imagine all these other teams that literally have new uniforms every year. That's the biggest uniform change in Yankees history. Changing it from
But this isn't
Yankees
a uniform. This
on the
is
road
just
grays,
adding an alternate uniform.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but
but they've only
you're saying
worn
that
those two
changing the uniforms. They're not changing uniforms. They're just adding a
No,
new
that's
one.
no. I mean they're adding a new uniform. So like they've never had that. They've only worn those two. But it's gonna happen eventually. I don't know if it'll happen this year. But the Yankees are always like the last team to, you know, the Yankees don't like to do change. I mean, they were the last team to have a like black guy on their team. You know, they didn't have a black guy on their team in like the late '60s. They basically like were forced to. You know, they have a black guy since like 1962. And yeah, they're always like the last to like
Yeah.
to like change because they don't want when you win that much you don't want to change anything. You know what I mean? But I think it will happen eventually just because they're so marketable. But if they were, I definitely want to say like Bronx Bombers or something along that line.
I want something
Or
Bronx.
I wouldn't mind I wouldn't mind like a throwback aspect though either. Like I don't want something like futuristic looking. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't mind something. I don't know, even just like a Bronx with like curved going across like this, and then maybe like the New York skyline or something.
No, that's way too Metsy. That's the whole Mets like logo. No, not doing that.
Maybe like Bronx, and then.
You there?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe just like.
Yep, you're cutting out.
Maybe just like Bronx. And then like. I don't know, maybe just Bronx Bombers with like cool colors. Like a nice navy gradient or something. That could look cool.
Well, yeah, nothing. Not like I would also like something with like the top hat logo.
With a what?
I think that'd be cool because they never use a logo. And that's a really like good logo. The top hat one, like the red, white, and blue with the hat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wouldn't mind if they did that, or maybe just like a hat. I don't know for that. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. It better not be something like the fucking Red Sox. You know, if it's fucking blue and yellow or like fucking green or purple.
They would never do that.
Yeah. Oh. No, they wouldn't, but I don't know. You know, I remember the Lakers did something like that because now the NBA just tries to market everything like you're allowed to wear different colored shoes that don't match the uniform. Now they come out with new jerseys every year because like the NBA jerseys are kind of like really fashionable. And the Knicks ones are hideous. They're black and orange. They're so ugly. But I remember the Lakers came out and it was like a lavender purple, not like their normal color purple. And it was like a black Lakers jersey. And Lakers fans hated it. You know. But the Lakers are like the most historic NBA franchise. You know. So like, that's what I'm